Dear students, today we will compare the two fringe patterns, formation of fringe patterns in case of interference and in case of diffraction. We have extensively discussed the two cases, but now we want to summarize them, and comparison will give us better understanding of these two similar in some cases and different in some cases. Well, you see, the first point is intensity of each bright fringe are same in case of interference, but the intensity of central maxima is highest in case of diffraction, while the secondary maxima on the either side of the central maxima keeps diminishing as we go to higher orders. Say for example, the central maxima is having some intensity, and then the first secondary maxima will have 1/3, approximately 1/3 of the intensity of the central maxima. Because if you remember, we have discussed that whenever we calculated the intensity, the formation of, in this case we divided the whole wavefront AB in 3 parts, and out of those 3, 2 were cancelling each other and only the third one was surviving. So that means 1/3 of the intensity will be received in case of first secondary maxima, while in the secondary maxima we will have 1/5 of that, and so on so forth. 1/5 of that in the case of central maxima. So we talk about the width of the fringe with dark and bright, both are d lambda by d, and width for central maxima is twice that of the secondary maxima minima, and for the secondary maxima minima we have d lambda by a, where a is the slit width of the single slit, and here d is the separation between the two slits. Capital D is the separation of a screen from the slits, and for central maxima we have the width twice of that of the secondary minima maxima, and therefore we can very well understand that the fringe width of maxima in case of diffraction varies. Except for the secondary maxima minima we have same value, but the width of central maxima is just double of that one. And now angular position for bright or dark band is path difference between the two slit, between the waves coming from the two different slits, namely AB, that divided by D, the separation of the slit width, separation of the slit. And then the angular position for secondary maxima is say 2n plus 1 lambda by 2a, and for secondary minima is 2n lambda by 2a, that means n lambda by a. And for the case of central maxima, you see that we took that path difference between the two rays coming from point, two ends of the wavefront were 0, and therefore for that case we skip finding the angular position, because the angular position for that will be sine will be see the path difference will be 0, and the angular separation can be calculated by using the relation a by 2 divided by d. So we skip this part. A by 2 divided by capital D, that is the angular separation for the central maxima. Now fourth one is fringe width. The fringe width for each bright, this one represents the bright and dark, dark and bright, dark and bright, dark and bright fringes are same pattern is like this. But for the diffraction we have fringe pattern, the central bright fringe is the brightest, and as we move on the other side for the secondary maxima, the secondary maxima intensity of these keeps diminishing. This is caused due to superposition of two distinct waves coming from coherent sources. Those two double slits acts as a coherent source. But in this case of diffraction, this is due to superposition of two secondary waves coming from same wavefront incident on the single slit. Now the brightness of all dark fringes are 0 if the amplitude of first wave is equal to amplitude of second wave, and if that is not there, then the intensity are not 0 completely. But in case of diffraction, the brightness of all secondary minima is never 0, whether we don't consider we think that amplitude of both the secondary wavelets coming from the one main wavefront is always equal, but still the brightness of secondary minima is never 0. Condition for bright fringe, that is constructive interference in case is path difference between the two slits, rays coming from the two different slits is equal to n lambda for constructive interference, and the path difference for the dark fringes path difference between the two rays coming from the two different slits is 2n plus 1 lambda by 2 to produce dark fringe, that is for destructive interference. And the condition for secondary maxima, that is bright fringes, is path difference between the two extreme ends of the wavefront is equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2 for bright fringes, and that for secondary minima the path difference between the two extreme ends of the same wavefront coming incident on the single slit is equal to 2n lambda by 2, that is nothing but n lambda. Here n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So I believe that we have cleared out all the confusions in the case of interference and diffraction. Now for a real understanding, you need to go through the lectures given on interference as well as diffraction, and look into the process how we have calculated the different factors which we have used over here. Only then you will be able to understand this comparison very nicely and grasp it. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.